Stadium. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
Man, and this defense is reeling already. First play of the game, and you give up an explosive play in the passing game just like that. They better collect themselves and buckle up and get ready to go.
Gives it on the option. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are. This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Just going to keep it after the snap. Past the 30. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Rebels! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And you knew his legs were a weapon, and he shows it to you right there, running it into the end zone. And this offense, man, they are a good offense, and they are in a good rhythm early in this football game. We talked about the quarterback. We talked about his speed. He can make these type of plays, and on the first drive, Palmer, the defense didn't have any answers. They better find something.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find them, too, just because of that athleticism and just how he can attack defenses with his arm, with his feet, the different playmakers surrounding him as well. There's a lot to get prepared for in a week when you're playing against this offense, and I just think they saw everything there on that opening drive. They're going to have to do some soul-searching on the sidelines early.
Might be changing the route. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. At the 35, he's got room. Breaks into the open. He's at the 20. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. And just when they thought they had a chance to pull even, the flag wipes it out, and they'll have to go back to work. They'll try the right side. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Cunningham. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And after they mark off the yardage for the personal foul penalty, it's 1st and 10 for this offense. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Down. Gonna run it. It's Lacy. Push down for the tackle.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. They'll go to the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start down.
Number 21, Hans punts it away.
He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times.
Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to power their way ahead. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go. Sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To throw, it's Underwood. Steps away. Gonna try to get it himself. Slides to the ground after picking up the first great play on second and short.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
From the 30-yard line on first down. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with.
In his burst in the open field, he's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, 1 snap, put it in the end zone.
Number 17, set to kick it off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
Again, it's Underwood. Throws to the wideout. Got a man. It's Marsh. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything.
It's the grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering. That's a really good job by the play caller. Don't try to get tricky. Don't try to outsmart yourself. Your guy is better than his guys.
Under fire. He sacked this defense all over it.
Defense, it looked grim. Right? It looked bad. First and goal. They're set up in a good situation. Shoot, and now they're not even in the red zone. That is exactly how you do it. Create those negative plays. Get them behind the sticks. Get them in predictable situations. Nice bow-your-neck situation for this defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Underwood. Makes the grab on the left. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. To the air, it's Underwood. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that player.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Rebels decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. The run to the right. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We begin with Georgia in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Buckeyes in real jeopardy of kissing that top 10 ranking goodbye. They're being punked right now, dominated in every aspect of the game, and we haven't even hit halftime.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse,
turning it on. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. His 3rd touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Send the offense onto the field. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Got the quick completion. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but not able to come away with the completion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the right. And a big deflection on third down forces a fourth down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing, Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Makes the catch. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. He's got it on the run. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
Wants to throw again. Lets it go to the end zone. Picked off to stop the threat. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Powers through the defender. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Now on the move. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. At midfield, he's got room. Lots of running room. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Quarterback will keep it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wideout. He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Rebels. They take the lead here in the 2nd half. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their 1st. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
What a mess. A delay of game on the 2-point conversion attempt. That just can't happen. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. Picks up the first down. Running wide open down the gut of the field. The 20. Touchdown, Michigan. Back and forth they go as these two high-powered attacks continue to flood the end zone.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Alexander. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll move the wide receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Play clock was down to 2 seconds, but they call a timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Lining up to convert 3rd down. looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the fourth quarter. One-possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that fourth down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end and coverage, forcing the incompletion and a turnover on downs.
Here's Underwood to throw. Got his man on the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with them. And, yeah, the running back made the...
Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the... Run the ball and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth quarter lead. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands.
Number 22, set to kick this one off.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rebels offense is back on the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback keep. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. And
it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. They're throwing for it on fourth down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and you needed points. You wanted points badly. But listen, the offense, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to get in their 4-minute offense. Now, I got to start preserving that clock, using my timeouts, try to get a stop, and get this ball back to my offense.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Making side adjustments here. Underwood. He turns that loose down the right side. To the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Another delay of game penalty. This is just sloppy. What a brain cramp. He just lost track of the play clock and gets hit with delay of game on a two-point conversion attempt. How about this? A two-point conversion coming. Throwing, Underwood. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Keeps it on the option. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacy. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And how are you guys not impressed with this defense, man? They've been so good. They've been all over the field. And they're about to make this a very one-dimensional offense. Like, the clock is ticking, right? And they're down, and they got to get aggressive. Still trying to run the football, but this defense, they've been a brick wall so far.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him. That's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the fourth.
Reads it, fires complete. There he goes. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
That's an impressive touchdown there, considering the plays this defense, particularly the secondary, has already made against him. And we knew this quarterback was going to come into this one, David, and be aggressive. There aren't many people who really scare him, and the defense has made him pay. A couple bad decisions, a couple great plays on the back end, one-on-one. But this guy's still taking his shots. He's not backing down, and he's got his offense back on the board.
I think that's the most impressive part. He made some mistakes, and a lot of times you see people that they go in a shell, right? They make mistakes. They can't rebound. They can't find the answers to continue to keep making plays. Make the next play. Make the next play. Now down the stretch to give your team the lead, man. So impressed with the way he's handled adversity and bounced back from some mistakes.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Well, I think the running back is showing you his experience and his awareness. I love that run. Not so much about the game. I love the fact that he didn't run out of bounds. A lot of younger guys probably would have done that. You've got the lead here late. You want to bleed the clock. Really, really smart decision that time by the running back.
The give to the back. Could be an alley. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. He scores for the 5th time in this game.
And with that throw, man, you've got to look at this 2-game run for this team. Like, to be able to do it in back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, guys that you know, this is going to be a resume builder, a confidence builder for this squad. Impressed with the way this offense has handled their situation. The QB has handled some difficult moments, but Palmer, back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents. That's pretty impressive.
Big for his confidence as a player. I think big for the offensive coordinator and the head coach and their confidence in him as well, because you're right. You beat 2 top 25 teams in 2 straight weeks, in large part because of the way he's played. As a quarterback now, you're earning more throws for the next game and more touchdown pass opportunities because everybody trusts you and believes in you to handle the big moment against good opponents.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Here's the pressure. Buys a little time. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. 2nd and long working here. Looking to fire. Grab behind the line. It's Lacy. Could not make his way to the corner.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. He's looking downfield to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.